There. Good.
Okay. Every athlete trains on their own. These were the words of the Mexican diver Jair Ocampo Marroquin regarding the lack of support towards athletes in Mexico. Mexico could be a leading country in international sport and competition, but this is not happening because our government gives little or no support toward our athletes. This creates a lot of trouble and problems towards them. Also, it creates trouble for our country. I'm going to talk about how and why athletes in Mexico are struggling for opportunities, the benefits of helping the national sport, the effects of not supporting our athletes, and how could all this be avoided if we make our government to start supporting our sports people. Athletes in our country are in search of help. It is well known that it is difficult and expensive to live a sportsman's life. All this because of all the effort and all the sacrifices they make to achieve their goals. And it's even more difficult when all the expenses come from their pockets. As Jair Ocampo said, every athlete is on their own in Mexico. This happens because the national commissions that are supposed to help them, like CONADE, are doing very little. Another trouble for them is that there is an awful amount of corruption in Mexico, and this always leads to this affects the athletes because corrupt politicians steal the money that is supposed to help them. Also, the most affected people are the athletes from the least known sports in Mexico. As it is said, the only sport with support and attention is football. But mostly all the other sports in our country are forgotten by the media and the government when the Olympic Games aren't around. I know and I can assure that this is true because I have lived this. I'm a rugby player, a sport that is not very well known in Mexico. And sometimes I feel like my effort is not being recognized or has attention. Also, I have felt the effects of corruption. Me and my team have won several competitions, and government supposedly has supports for these winning teams, giving them money. But a lot of times, this money goes missing, or a great amount of it does. This happens because of the corrupt politicians that steal it. All this lack of support and attention affects their performance and their opportunities internationally. This leads me to my second idea, which is that with the right awareness and support, as I said, Mexico could be a leading country in international sport and competitions. And I know this because I believe our people has the potential to do that. And this would bring a lot of benefits to our country. First of all, our image worldwide would change for the better because of having better sports people. So the image other countries have of Mexico would be better. Another benefit would be that with the new attention our sports people would be having, Mexico would also receive new attention. This would lead to more foreign investments that would lead to our increasing our economy. Another benefit would be that with our support, athletes would have a better career. This would increase their popularity in our country. So our society would try to live healthier lives, just like the athletes they admire. This leads me to my third and my last idea, which is that Mexico is in need of a much healthier life. There is obesity, diabetes, heart disease, and a lot more diseases related to the unhealthy life Mexicans live. And in a country where the government doesn't support their athletes, it's very difficult for someone to want to be a sportsman of a not so popular sport, even if they are good at it and they like it. So all this creates a lack of athletic and healthy habits in our society. To change this, we need to make the government improve their support toward the athletes. So this would improve our lifestyle in terms of health. In conclusion, our athletes need support. This creates a lot of trouble for them. And if we change this would create a lot of benefits towards our country. And as I said, once again, Mexico could be a leading country in international sport and competitions. And we can achieve this if we make the government support our athletes. Thank you.
Could you stop recording, please, Eduardo?